Getting a job in the UK at the moment is quite challenging and it becomes more difficult if you're also looking for a visa sponsorship job. Now, trust me, I've worked with quite a number of students on Tech Drive, those are my one-to-one sessions on landing jobs here in the UK. And the truth is that it's been quite challenging. However, we've been able to mitigate and put in some strategies to help, get some of these job offers. For those who follow me on Instagram, I a couple of weeks ago, I posted all the job offers we got in the last couple of months for those who are looking at transitioning into data analytics, business analysis, project management, transitioning into tech generally. And it's quite exciting to see all of these people who have no experience. One of my recent students that got a job, work as a care worker and he got a job as a data analyst with the city council, which is quite exciting. And the truth is, there are so many things that we need to put in place, you need to put in place to help you land that first job as whatever job role you're looking for in or outside tech. And that's what I'm going to share with you in this video. So if this sounds like something you'd like to know more about, don't go anywhere, keep watching till the end. And if you're coming across this channel for the first time, please do also hit on the subscribe button and my returning subscribers. You guys are the reason why I keep doing this on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. A couple of days ago, I had a chat with two different recruiters who are looking at, one was trying to fill in a senior data analyst role, and the other one was trying to fill in a business intelligence developer role. And, we had this conversation, and you know, they wanted me to like take up this job role that I've got with two different organizations. And obviously, I had to tell them, oh, I've got a job at the moment. I'm really not actively looking for a new one. And I decided to like recommend two of individuals that I know personally that are very good and they've got all the skill set they're looking out for that particular role. And yeah, they were happy. I sent those two individual CVs to them, and they reviewed the CV. They were happy to get them the job. And for those who don't know, I've got like a good following on LinkedIn. So I think I have about 11,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I post a lot of content around tech related content on how you can transition into tech, the strategies and the things you need to do to get into data analytics and all of those amazing stuff. So if you haven't followed me on LinkedIn, just search for Daniel Jessilova on LinkedIn and follow me to get updates on some of those content I share around transitioning into tech. So anyway, back to what I was saying about, you know, um, this individual. So when I recommended this, those two people, they were happy with their CV. They had a chat with them. They were really happy with the first conversation, and they promised to, take forward the application to the recruiter, which we're actually excited to hear about that information. And a couple of weeks after, I think about 2 weeks or thereabout, they got back to these two people I recommended for this roles I mentioned earlier, and they were happy to go forward to the next level, which is for them to have a chat with the organization's HR. So these recruiters will first, do some preliminary chat with you to know if you have the skills they're looking out for, and after that, they then take you to the next level, which is to meet with the HR within the organization, which these guys got to the level, and they were happy with them. Now, the problem with this particular and this is really common to most of people who are trying to get a job, especially through LinkedIn. The truth is, there are actually lots of opportunities on LinkedIn. There are lots of jobs on LinkedIn jobs and all of that. However, many of these jobs don't come with sponsorship, which for me, I think if you're currently a student and you're looking for a job, the focus shouldn't be trying to really get sponsorship. So the bottom line of the point is, after these guys met with the HR, they had a conversation, they eventually got a job. And one of them got a senior analyst role, and trust me, this person that got this analyst role is already working as a data analyst. So don't just assume that you can easily get. Of course, I'm not saying it's not possible, but this person already works as a data analyst within the UK already. So I just have to recommend him for this analyst role, which he got. While the other BI developer role was one of this student that recently graduated from Tech Drive and was able to get that BI developer role. Now the point I'm trying to make here is that they got the job, however, the job didn't come with sponsorship. And I don't know if it's just me, most of the jobs on LinkedIn oftentimes don't come with sponsorship. If you disagree with me, if you got a sponsorship job on LinkedIn, please put in the comment section. I would like to actually, hear your thoughts about that. So that most of the jobs on LinkedIn don't really come with sponsorship. And I think if you're looking at sponsorship roles, LinkedIn might not be a good place for you to go. However, there are lots of job opportunities. And I think some of the recruiters on LinkedIn too can be very funny sometimes. I've had a chat with the recruiter that, you know, um, connected with me, was happy with kind of content I post on LinkedIn, and we got talking, and this was in 2022 thereabout, and it happened of recent also. Now, the when the person get to know that, oh, you're on sponsorship and you need sponsor, you need a sponsor to sponsor your visa, they just ghost you. I mean, they disappear immediately from your from your DM. But yeah, it's quite exciting to know that there are lots of opportunities, and congratulations to the two guys who recently got the senior analyst role and the BI developer role. This just tell you there are lots of opportunity out there if you're looking at transitioning into tech. Now, one of the things you need to do, or some of the tips I'm going to share with you for securing a visa sponsorship job here in the UK. The first thing is that you need to start your search early. Now, I've got quite a lot of people ask this question saying, oh, if I'm an international student and I've been running my program this particular period, when should I start applying? My answer is usually very simple. Start applying now. Now, I recently had, he came on my one-to-one session. Now he's a good friend. We came on my session, I think, in January or thereabouts. I think January or December last year. That was when he subscribed for my one-to-one session and we had a chat. And at that time, he was really confused. He's a very smart person, but wasn't getting opportunity. And one of the things I told him was, see, bro, you need to start applying early. We, had conversation about some things he had to do, some of the strategies I'll be sharing later in this video, and some that will be personal that I had to like give him some of those tips. This is basically for those on my one-to-one session. And he ended up getting a finance manager role. Now, he got this job, I think about he was supposed to finish his program, got his job about 13 months before the end of his program. So he was doing a master's program with professional practice, which is with placement. And it was like it was going to wait till after I started to start applying. I was like, no, you need to start applying now. And I started applying immediately. He got his job 13 months before the end of his program. And for those who know UK immigration policy, you can't switch to a skilled worker visa if you're still a student. So we had to have a chat with the university, and he converted his master's program from 2 year to a 1 year program. The bottom line of this is that he got the finance manager role. I think the salary was about 40,000 plus. He got the salary, the job. He reduced his program from 2 years to 1 year, and now I think 3 days ago we got the skilled worker visa decision from the Home Office, and he's now the skilled worker visa. So the point is, you need to start applying early, start getting all of those rejections now, so that you learn from those rejections and make your next application better. The next step I'll be sharing with you in this video is that you need to network. Guys, you need to network. Trust me. The first data analyst role I got here in the UK was as a result of the fact that, I had conversation with quite a number of people, about, oh, how did people get to transition into data analytics? And, they talk to people on LinkedIn. I met quite a number of people on LinkedIn. The two guys I mentioned earlier in this video who got this job because I recommended them. So it's more about, you networking with people and making sure you have that community around you. And the next thing is that you need to make sure you tailor your CV. Guys, you don't use generic CV to apply for, job roles. Trust me, if you're applying for example, a project manager role with two different organizations, you can't use the same CV for both applications. So you need to learn how to actually constantly tailor your CV, because your CV is the first point of contact with your potential employer or your recruiter. So you need to make sure that CV is top notch and gives you competitive advantage. As I tell those people on my one-to-one session that, see, if you're telling your CV, you're not just trying to meet with the minimum requirement for that job role. You're trying to make sure you have the best CV compared to every other person applying for the same role you're applying for. So you need to make sure you tailor your CV. The next thing is to research your employer. Now, I lost a particular job couple of, about a year ago, and the reason why I lost the job was because I didn't do a proper due diligence and research on the employer, on the kind of tools they use for the role I'm applying for, the kind of things, their culture, their value, and all of those, interesting stuff. I did do all of that, and I lost the job. It was quite, annoying and sad, but I lost the job because I didn't do proper due diligence. So yeah, you need to make sure you research your employer before you go for any interview or push out any application. And also, you need to be prepared for the application process, guys. Applying for a job in the UK is a job on its own. And I think this is not just UK. In any of the developed country, anywhere actually, applying for a job is a job on its own. You need to make sure you put in all the hard work to applying for any of the job role you're looking at applying for. And the next thing is to search for job websites like ukvisajobs.com. If you're looking at sponsorship role, not all website will has jobs with sponsorship, especially if you're looking for a skilled worker visa. You need to make sure you're applying not just for any job, but full-time and permanent jobs. If you are getting a contract job, there's definitely not going to be an opportunity for sponsorship, even if the organization is a sponsored license. For contract roles, you can't sponsor because it has to be a full-time and a permanent job. And the last tip I'm going to share with you in this video is that you need to seek support. Guys, trust me, nobody's an island. Despite the fact that I come here and share a lot of videos with you guys and content and all of that, I still get support in so many ways. I remember when I was trying to get my first data analyst job, I contacted quite a number of people on LinkedIn, did some paid sessions to hear people's thoughts on how one can actually get into data analytics, and I'm glad it all worked out. When I was trying to get into senior analyst role also, I called quite a number of people who are currently working as senior analysts, paid for some session to have a chat with them. It's UK, nobody has the time to waste an hour on you for no reason. So I paid, went on paid sessions, learned a lot of stuff, and I was able to finally get what I wanted. So in every if you're looking at getting into sponsorship role and you have someone who is already in that space, if you need to pay, please pay for that session and learn and get all the strategies they implemented to get what you want, so you can actually also implement the same and hope to get the same and a better outcome. So I hope this helps. If you're looking at getting sponsorship role as an international student, the time to apply is now. I mean, start applying for those jobs as soon as possible. I hope you find this video resourceful. If you do, please click on the like button. If you have any questions, please leave in the comment section. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do well to hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.